Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jordy B. We at it again. I told you I was going to bring this video on how to set roller rockers on your 4.3 vortec or your 4.3 vortec or 4.3 just standard turbo build. This will apply to small block Chevrolet, big block Chevrolet, and also Ford small block. I'm pretty sure the big block Ford is the same way, but this method only works on hydraulic rollers, lifters, or hydraulic lifters in general. So what we're going to do, I finally got me a cameraman, guys. So we're going to get this flipped around, and we're going to show you. Now, you do have to have a special part number for the studs for a 4.3 vortec to switch it back to 3/8 by 16 thread on the roller rocker side. So we're going to get switched around to my 86 Buick Grand National. But before we switch around, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are almost to 500 subscribers. I think the channel is not even a year old. So thank you guys for all that you do. And I appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you share with your friends if you're interested in the build that I have going on. But we're going to get switched around to the car. And we're going to talk a little bit about what we got going on in the car. Alright guys, so we're underneath the hood of my 1986 Buick Grand National. As you can see, it is a turbo build. Yes, I said Buick. If you're not new to the channel, then yes, I have an 86 Buick Grand National, a real Grand National, that I bought with no motor. Traditionally, most people are going to LS swap something like that, but I decided to keep it V6. So what I did was I went with a somewhat of my version of a Typhoon Cyclone setup that came in the, was it 91 to 93, GMC Sonoma and Blazer, which they call the Typhoon and Cyclone. This is my rendition of it. We'll talk about that. If you want to know what kind of setup I'm running, go back and watch the other videos. Today what we're going to be talking about is how to do roller rockers on one of these engines with a vortec head. Alright, like I said, you have to have the correct stud. I want to say, I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I forgot the part number. But if you want to know the part number, just shoot me a message or leave me a comment and I will supply you with the part number. The next thing you want to do is, all you need is a set of standard small block Chevrolet roller rockers. Get you a standard set. But the trick to that is you need self-aligning. Self-aligning roller rockers on the tip here have a ledge on each side. If we can get a zoom in here. You might be able to see it. I'll get my cameraman to come around this way. And I'll bring the light down for you guys. If you see the roller on the bottom, you see how it has the ledge on each side of it? That is self-aligning, meaning this rocker cannot roll off of the tip of the valve. So that is what a true self-aligning rocker, roller rocker is. You have to have those. If you do not run them, you have to run guide plates and hardened push rods. Trust me, it's cheaper and more efficient to just buy the self-aligning rockers. Yes, you're going to pay more for them. Most of the time you're going to pay anywhere from $60 to $80 more than a regular set of standard roller rockers. So go ahead and get those, because a set of guide plates and push rods, a good set, will run you more than that. So with that being said, once you get all your studs in, put your new studs in, which convert the top to 3/8 by 16. You want to torque those and put thread sealant around those, because some of them go into water jackets to 50 foot-pounds. Once you've done that, you're going to proceed with setting your roller rockers. So first thing you want to do is you want to get something that's going to turn your crankshaft. I already have this set up here. It's a 5/8 on this. Most stuff is going to be 5/8. And you want to get your camshaft on what they call the heel of the camshaft. That is where there is absolutely no lift applied to the valve. So what you want to do, this is the simplest method. you have exhaust and intake. Exhaust and intake, intake and exhaust. If you're not sure which one is which, just look to the valve and look below. If there's an exhaust port below it, it's an exhaust valve. I.e., if the intake has a runner here, which is hard to tell in this intake, but if it has an intake runner here and the valve is right in front of it, it's an intake valve. Simple. What you want to do, it doesn't matter which one you do, you want to take one of these and make where it's at 100% full lift. So we're going to turn this and we're going to watch the rockers. And like I said, I use my fingers. I mean, you can visually watch them. All right, so as you see right now, the exhaust is going down. Exhaust is fully down. And then you want to bump it just a tad. So my exhaust is fully down right now. So the next thing you want to do is you want to take a 5/8 wrench and an Allen. Now mine are already tight, but I'm going to loosen these up and redo it again for you guys. So just imagine I hadn't put these on yet. Or if you have your regular rockers on, do it one at a time. So if you had your regular rockers on, and this is a regular rocker here and it's down, take this old rocker off, pull it off, put your new stud in, put your roller rocker on, and then we're going to show you how to set it. Okay, on a new build like this, the lifters are not 100% pumped up, guys. So what you want to do is, while you will be putting this nut on, you want to take and get this push rod here, as you see right here, to 0 lash. Now, with them not 100% pumped up, 0 lash is going to be just until it touches. So we're going to go boom. Let me loosen this up some more for you guys. Okay, so 0 lash. Boom. If you try to keep going, you know, some people use the twist method. That works if they're fully pumped up, guys. If they're not fully pumped up, that does not work. Because what will happen is you will keep turning this nut down until you push the plunger till it's done bottomed out. And then it will be too much. So if they're not pumped up, you want to just go till you get 0 lash. So that's to where it touches. Yes, you will still be able to turn the push rod. That is only if it's a new build. If it's, like I said, if the motor's already been running, you can do the method. You turn it till you can't turn no more. You feel resistance. That is 0 lash. So do that, guys, for you guys again. I'm going to turn it down until it touches. You'll feel your nut start snugging up. Should not be using any tools for this. That's 0 lash right there, guys. Next thing you're going to do is you have to set your preload. So this is 0 lash. You want to set your preload. You want to do 180. So we know a full circle is 360. We want to do 180 degrees of preload. So if I start here at a 6 o'clock position, I'm going to end back up at a 12 o'clock position. So here we go. We're at 6 o'clock. Ooh, we're going to miss it a little bit. So let's see here. I'm going to have to start back about how much it's going to be. And boom. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to show you guys the right way. So 0 lash. We're at 0 lash. And I think it's going to be easier to do it this way. So we do it sideways. We're going to go from 3 to 9 o'clock. So we're at 3, 9. That's 180. Now, what I like to do, now that roller rocker is set. That is your preload. Your lifter will pump up and will keep that at that preload. But you have to also set your lock in the center to keep that setting. So you're going to take your Allen, turn it down, And this is a good trick that some people don't teach you. Don't have to crank down on this Allen. Get it tight. But now, you're going to take your wrench again, put it up there, and what I call cinching it tight. That locks it in place. Yes, you're going a little bit more, but it's not enough to make a difference because the hydraulic lifter is going to adjust itself. So now what I do is once the Allen's tight in the center, I bump it. Probably another quarter of a turn. That's going to put about 3/4 of preload on this rocker here. So, and it also sets your Allen, so you're not trying to kill yourself trying to tighten this Allen here, because you will hurt yourself trying to tighten this Allen, get it tight, and worrying about it backing off. If you cinch it, like I said, it will stay. So now that we've done that, this intake is set, guys. So we want to do the exhaust side now. What we're going to do is we're going to watch the exhaust come up. The intake is going to go completely down. And when it's in the down position, we're going to adjust the exhaust. So let's watch, guys. Exhaust is coming up. Intake should be about to go down. As you're watching it, it's going down. Go all the way down to it's maxed out. And then a little bit of turn. All right. Exhaust is intake is all the way down. That means the exhaust is on the heel of the cam. You would install your rocker arm bolt. And so we're going to simulate if this was put on new. Going to turn that down to 0 lash. You'll feel when it tightens up. See how it stops? That is 0 lash, guys. And then we're going to do a 180-degree rotation to tighten it up. So preload. 180. Boom. That is set. We'll take the Allen, tighten it down. Yep, got it tight. Alright. And like I said, you don't have to crank down on it. You don't have to get a socketed Allen to do this. You see, I'm just using a regular L Allen. Next thing you do, we're going to take our 5/8 and we're going to cinch it. And sometimes it's not a quite quarter of a turn. It's just, you'll feel it tighten up. Alright. Cylinder 1 on this motor is set, guys. It is simple as that. Don't overthink it. Just make sure that it's on the heel of the cam, and that if one is open, that means the other one is completely closed, and you set the closed side. There is another method to doing this, and that is having both intake and exhaust closed at the same time. Meaning you have the piston completely up in the cylinder. Yes, you can do this by sticking a finger in here, turning the motor, and when you feel compression come out of that hole, that means both valves are completely closed. You can do it that way. I would suggest anybody to do the open and closed method, because you're 100% sure that it is on the heel, because you know the other side is open. It's 100% guaranteed you're on the heel of the cam. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you got any questions, hit me in the comments. It's very simple. This method goes for 4.3 vortec, small block Chevrolet, big block Chevrolet, long as they have hydraulic lifters. That's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for all the guys who went back and subscribed during this video. We're going to be getting real close to firing this bad boy up. So, one other thing I want to say about this 4.3 vortec is when you put roller rockers on these motors, you will have to ditch the plastic valve cover. And what I mean is, these valve covers right here. That can be a pain for some guys. Always try to get the shortest poly locks that you can, because you can run this old style steel valve covers on these motors with the short ones. Now, I'm not sure if mine are going to clear, but there are companies out there that make tall valve covers for these motors, but they are expensive. Right now, I'm looking at a set of RPM fabricated ones. We're talking about $400 for a set of valve covers that I may end up having to get. The other option is, if a set of stock steel ones don't clear, you can take 2 sets of stock steel and you can cut them and then re-weld them back together and make a tall set of stamped steel valve covers. And you can buy new bolts that's going to be long enough, and you go that route. That's another option. That's the only downfall to going to roller rockers on a 4.3, is finding valve covers that's going to clear your poly locks. But that's it, guys. If you got any questions for me, please leave them in the comments. I'll be glad to get back to you. I check daily for comments. I'll do the best I can to answer your questions. If you got any questions about my build, please go back, watch my videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a comment if you have any questions. I will be glad to let you know about anything on this car. We're getting real close to starting it up. See you later, guys. It's Jordy B. We're out.